I'm sure you've all marveled at the beauty of a bald eagle as it circles the sky in search of prey. You've probably fallen in love with the little squirrels that chase each other on the trees, chittering to each other. You've probably seen the white-tailed deer disappearing into the forest, its white tail, which it was named for, flashing like a banner. Most of you probably think of forestry, fishing, national parks, and hunting when you hear the words Missouri Department of Conservation, and you'd be correct. But what you probably aren't as much aware of is that the MDC is the leading sponsor of which most wildlife-related jobs and events in the Mission area. I have loved animals for as long as I can remember. I've even volunteered at Wonders of Wildlife, the Dickerson Park Zoo, and worked at a vet clinic. However, the profession I am most interested in pursuing is wildlife rehabilitation. In other words, a physical therapist and surrogate mommy for abandoned and injured wild animals. Today, I will be informing you more on why I would like to pursue this career and exactly what kinds of jobs it will involve. First, let me tell you about my motivation. My love for animals started early. On my first birthday, I chose the teddy bear over the dolly with the pigtails as my favorite toy, and ever since then, my passion for animals just grew. Right now, my babies are my dogs and my cats, and I absolutely adore them. I want to help wild animals most, though. They can't help themselves, and they don't have a community vet, so it's not like they can just walk in and have them fix their ailment. So what I want to do is I want to be the one to help them when they cannot help themselves. Animals are my inspiration, and there's an innocence in them that it's not found in humans, so they just always make me feel like I want to be a better person because of that. But because I didn't want to be a vet and have to deal with all of the surgeries, I decided on wildlife rehabilitation was the next best thing. To show you what I mean, I will now move on to my second point and explain what all wildlife rehabilitators do. Wildlife rehab is basically a sidekick job to a wildlife biologist. Wildlife biologist works for the MDC, or Missouri Department of Conservation, and most rehabbers would actually be a wildlife biologist. Others could probably be a wildlife biologist assistant or a naturalist, but they don't know as much about animals as the true wildlife biologists do. So that's what I'm kind of leaning more towards. Rehabbers are actually hired volunteers, so they need qualifications in order to be able to be trusted with the animals. So that's why they typically are the wildlife biologists. The MDC website states that wildlife biologists help the environment stay sanitary, monitor animals' behavior and population, attend public events, speaking and educating purposes isn't uncommon, and monitoring budgets. Wildlife rehabilitation would be my main focus. I would be helping the sick and injured animals and raising the babies. In closing, I would like you to remember just how much you enjoy wildlife and viewing it up close, and perhaps you'll be able to understand exactly why I love it so much. In my speech, I first wanted to tell you why I want to work for the MDC, and I have always loved animals because I love helping those who cannot help themselves. I also told you that some of the jobs I would like to be doing as a wildlife rehabilitationist. Thank you for giving your time and attention, and I hope you all can take a break from school and enjoy more lovely days in the great outdoors.